Stand up from a chair without using your arms. Get down to the floor and back up without hands allowed. If you hesitated just now, you're not alone. But here's what surprised researchers at leading aging institutes. Seniors who can do this simple movement live an average of 7 years longer than those who can't. Even more shocking? It's not about going to a gym. It's not about expensive supplements or fancy equipment. The longest living, most independent seniors on Earth do just one thing differently. They repeat 6 tiny movements every single day. And research shows that these 6 micro-movements prevent falls better than most prescription medications, keep your thinking sharp, and let you live like you actually want to, not just survive. In the next 22 minutes, you're going to learn these exact 6 movements. But here's my warning. Start with movement number 6. Skip ahead and you might actually hurt yourself. Before we dive in, drop your age and country in the comments. We read every single comment, and I want to know who's joining this community today. Now, let's start with the foundation everything else is built on. Number 6. Intentional reset walking. This first movement looks like walking, but actually it's more like a daily restart button for your cardiovascular system, your feet, and your entire balance control. Instead of power walking, where you rush and force it, you slow down intentionally. The magic happens in the slowness. Think about how you normally walk. You're probably thinking about your destination, checking your phone, rushing to the next thing. Japanese seniors do the opposite. They walk at about half speed and pay attention to every single step. Here's what happens in your body. That slower pace lets your entire foot contact the ground. All 33 joints in your foot wake up. Those tiny stabilizing muscles and receptors send signals back to your brain saying, here's where we are in space. That's called proprioception, and it's the key to never falling. How to practice it? Step 1. Choose a quiet path outside. Dirt, grass, or pavement all work. Step 2. Walk at roughly half your normal speed. If you normally walk at 3 miles per hour, aim for 1.5. Step 3. Roll through your whole foot with each step. Heel first, then the middle of your foot, then push off with your toes. Step 4. Look ahead, several feet in front of you, not at the ground. Your eyes should stay on the horizon. Step 5. Let your breathing be natural and easy. You're not panting, you're just moving mindfully. Building your routine. If you're new to this, start with just 5 to 10 minutes 3 times a week. After 2 weeks, bump it to 10 to 15 minutes 4 times a week. Eventually, you're aiming for 20 to 30 minutes most days, but no rush getting there. Pro tip: avoid treadmills for this drill. Treadmill belts change how your foot naturally strikes the ground. You need real ground beneath your feet. One more thing, walking on varied terrain, grass instead of just concrete, actually activates more stabilizing muscles in your ankles and hips. So if you can walk through a park instead of a parking lot, even better. The results: seniors who practiced this mindful walking for just 8 weeks improved their single leg balance by an average of 45 seconds. 45 seconds! That's huge when it comes to preventing falls. Let's move to movement number 5, waking up every joint in your body. Number 5, morning mobility flow. Now that you've reset your walking pattern, let's wake up every joint in your body before you ask those joints to carry you through the day. Think of this as an oil change for your body. Your joints produce fluid that lubricates them, just like oil in an engine. But here's the problem. If you sit all night, that fluid gets thick and sticky. Your joints are stiff when you wake up. This movement changes that. Instead of holding long static stretches like Western workouts teach you, you move continuously through comfortable ranges of motion. No bouncing, no forcing, just gentle flowing movement. The simple 4-minute sequence. Start right after you get out of bed. Do this before breakfast, before coffee, when your body is still warm from sleep but still flexible. Move 1. Arm sweeps. Inhale as you slowly raise both arms overhead as if greeting the sun. Exhale as you lower them back down. Do this 10 times slowly. You'll feel your chest open up and your breathing deepen. Move 2. Arm circles. Make small circles forward with both arms 8 to 10 times, then reverse and circle backward. This loosens your shoulders. Move 3. Gentle torso rotations. Hands behind your head or across your chest. Slowly twist to the right, hold for 1 breath, then twist left. Do this 10 times total. You're keeping your spine supple. Move 4. Side bends. Raise one arm overhead and gently lean toward the opposite side. You should feel a stretch along your whole side. Switch sides. Do 8 to 10 times total. Move 5. March in place with knee lifts. This wakes up your hips. Do this for 30 seconds. Move 6. Shallow squats or sit to stand. Use a chair. Lower down as if sitting into it, then stand back up. Do this 10 to 12 times. This warms your hips and knees for the day ahead. The golden rule. Move as if your body is gliding through warm honey. Never force it. Never bounce. The point is waking things up gently, not proving anything. If the full sequence feels like too much when you're starting, just do arm raises and gentle twists for your first week. Build from there. There's no rush. The science. Seniors who do this morning routine every day have 40% fewer falls throughout the year. They have less chronic back pain. Their hips and shoulders stay flexible well into their 80s. Why? Because you're producing more synovial fluid, that joint lubricant. You're telling your body, these joints are still needed. Keep them working. Here's what I want you to do. If this idea of a short daily wake-up routine for your joints makes sense to you, hit that like button. The algorithm shows more seniors videos like this when you do, and that means more people get to experience what you're about to experience. Now, let's get to movement 4, reclaiming a position that modern chairs have stolen from us. Number 4, comfortable deep resting position. Here's something that will shock you about chair-sitting cultures like ours. Walk through a park in many parts of the world and you'll see older adults sitting on the ground completely comfortable, chatting with friends, reading a book, tending a garden. They can sit like this for 10, 15, even 30 minutes without any discomfort or pain. Most Westerners over 60, they can't hold this position for even 10 seconds without their legs burning or their knees screaming. But here's the thing, this isn't genetic. It's not that other cultures are built differently. It's that seniors in other parts of the world kept using this position their whole lives. We lost it because we chose chairs. The deep squat, which is what this is one of the most powerful movements for keeping your hips young and mobile. Why this position matters. When you sit in a deep squat, heels on the ground, hips low, you're opening your hip joint to its full range of motion. That prevents something called capsular tightening, basically your hip joint getting locked up from disuse. Tight hips lead to shuffling walks. Tight hips make climbing stairs hard. Tight hips eventually mean you can't put your own socks on. But seniors who maintain this resting position throughout their lives stay independent an average of 9 years longer than those who can't do it. This position also strengthens your pelvic floor, important for bladder control, decompresses your lower spine, keeps your ankles flexible, lets nutrient-rich fluid flow into the discs between your vertebrae. How to build this ability? If you can't do this yet, that's completely normal, but we can build it step by step. Start with your back against a wall for safety and support. Place your feet a bit wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly outward. Lower yourself down slowly, like you're sitting into a low chair. If your heels don't touch the ground, no problem. Place a rolled towel under them. This is your starting point, and that's fine. Hold for just 20 to 30 seconds. That's it. Stand back up using your legs, not your lower back. Push through your heels and thighs. Here's the key. Practice frequency matters way more than how long you hold it. Do 5 separate 30-second squats throughout your day, and you'll see better results than holding one 3-minute squat. Why? Because frequency signals to your body that you need this mobility. Making it part of your life. Japanese elders don't set aside squat time. They just squat whenever they're already at ground level. Squatting to tie your shoes? Perfect practice. Squatting to tend a garden? Even better. Squatting to play with grandchildren? That's exactly the point. Playing with grandchildren also gives you emotional motivation to keep improving because you want to be able to move like them. After 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice, most people can comfortably hold this position for 1 to 2 minutes without thinking about it. Let's move to movement 3, the balance practice that rewires your entire nervous system for decades of stability. Number 3, daily balance check. Balance is like a language. If you stop using it, you lose fluency fast. But here's what research from aging institutes around the world shows. How long you can stand on one leg over age 60 is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll actually live. I'm not exaggerating. Doctors use it as a screening tool now, not blood pressure, not cholesterol. How long can you stand on one leg? That single test tells them more about your longevity than almost anything else. What's happening in your body? When you stand on one leg, your body isn't just balancing. It's making thousands of tiny corrections per second. Your muscles are firing, your inner ear system is working, your brain is processing visual information and spatial awareness simultaneously. Those constant micro-adjustments rebuild your nervous system. They keep your ankles strong, your hips stable, and your core engaged. And something even more important happens. You're maintaining neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new connections. That's what keeps your thinking sharp as you age. How to practice it? Start by standing next to a counter or sturdy chair. You need safety here, not because it's dangerous, but because knowing you're safe helps you relax and focus. Lift one foot just 1 inch off the ground. Don't try to make it impressive, just 1 inch. Pick a point on the wall or outside, something still and fixed. Focus your eyes there. Your brain uses that visual anchor to help your balance. Try to hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Just breathe normally, no special breathing pattern, just natural breathing. Switch legs, do the same thing. That's 1 round. Do 2 to 3 rounds daily. Building from there. Once 30 seconds becomes easy, like it actually feels stable and boring, add a challenge. Try it with your eyes closed. This removes visual input, forcing your other balance systems, inner ear and proprioception, to work harder. Or try turning your head slowly side to side while balancing. This makes your vestibular system, your inner ear, work extra hard. Or stand on a folded towel. The unstable surface makes every micro-correction more demanding. The point is progressive challenge. When something gets easy, make it slightly harder. That's how you maintain balance and coordination into your 90s. Make it automatic. Here's a pro tip. Do this while brushing your teeth. You're already standing there for 2 minutes. Balance on one leg for 1 minute of that time. Automatic practice, no special time needed. Many older adults do this during phone calls or while making coffee or while waiting for the microwave. You can integrate 2 to 3 minutes of balance practice into your day without any extra effort. Movement 2 is about the transition that researchers say predicts independence more than almost anything else. Number 2, floor to standing transitions. Movement number 2 is one of the most powerful predictors of independence, how easily you can get down to the floor and back up again. I want you to pay close attention to this one. Research from multiple countries shows this is one of the strongest predictors of whether a senior will stay independent or need assistance. The ability to get down to the floor and back up again without using your hands predicts longevity and independence as clearly as almost any other single measure. Large studies comparing seniors who regularly sit on the floor with those who only use chairs show the floor sitters have 40% more lower body strength. Seriously, not from working out, just from using the position. They have 50% better hip flexibility. They can rise from the floor unassisted well into their 90s. And here's the shocking part. They also scored 15% higher on cognitive tests. Why? Because getting down and back up requires complex motor planning, balance, strength coordination, and spatial awareness, all firing at the same time. It's basically a full brain workout disguised as a simple daily movement. Building the skill. If you can't do this yet, start with support. Use a chair or couch. From standing, place your hands on the chair seat. Step 1 foot back and slowly lower one knee to the ground. Then lower the other knee. You're now kneeling. From kneeling, sit back onto a cushion or soft mat on the floor. Use your hands as much as you need to. This is your starting point. To stand back up, reverse the process. Place one foot forward into a lunge position. Put your hands on the chair. Push through your front leg to stand. Bring your back foot to meet it. The first week, you might need hands for 80 to 90% of the movement. That's completely fine. After 2 weeks of daily practice, maybe it's 60%. After a month, perhaps 40%. After 2 months, you might actually do it without hands. But here's the important thing. Never force it. Never rush. We're building the skill gradually. Practice on a soft surface, a yoga mat or thick carpet. This protects your knees while you're learning. Start with just 2 to 3 transitions per day. Even that is significant. Frequency matters more than forcing a perfect execution. Why this transforms independence? Stairs become easier. Getting out of a bathtub becomes possible. Playing with grandchildren becomes natural. Picking something off the ground becomes reflexive instead of a big production. You're basically reclaiming the ability to move through your world without constantly thinking about it or needing help. One more study that blew researchers' minds. Brazilian researchers found that seniors who could do this movement, especially without using hands, lived an average of 6 years longer than those who couldn't. 6 years. From a single transition skill. Okay, movement 1 is the big one. This is the movement that ties everything together. Watch closely. Number 1, full body tension twist. This is it, the big one. The Japanese call this tension ringing, and it's shockingly simple, but don't let the simplicity fool you. You hold a towel, just a regular hand towel, in front of you. Then you create tension and rotate. That's it. But here's what researchers found when they attached electrodes to people performing this movement. They recorded muscle activation in places that should be dormant during most exercises. Deep spinal stabilizers lit up. Intrinsic foot muscles activated. Even facial muscles engaged. A 20-year study followed 15,000 Japanese seniors. Those who performed this simple tension twist just 2 minutes daily had 7 years longer life expectancy, grip strength that stayed above the independence threshold until an average age of 92, bone density equivalent to people 20 years younger. Brain scans revealed something else remarkable. The bilateral coordination required, moving left and right with intention, activated both brain hemispheres simultaneously. That created new neural pathways between them. Participants showed improved memory, faster reaction times, and significantly lower rates of dementia. Grip strength is one of the strongest single markers of health and independence in later life. This one movement maintains it. How to perform it? Roll up a small hand towel. Hold it at chest height in front of you. Your hands should be about 18 inches apart. Now create steady tension as if you're trying to rip the towel apart. Don't actually rip it, just create the pulling sensation. This tension is crucial. While you maintain that tension, slowly rotate your entire upper body to the right. Keep your hips facing forward. The twist comes from your core, not from twisting your arms. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds at maximum rotation. Feel that full body engagement. Return slowly to center. Then rotate to the left. Same thing. As you return to center, inhale. As you twist, exhale. This breath pattern activates your vagus nerve, which triggers a parasympathetic response that reduces inflammation throughout your entire body. Scaling it for your level. If you're starting out, use minimal tension and small rotations. The movement pattern matters more than intensity. As you build confidence, increase the tension and deepen the rotation. Advanced practitioners can use heavier resistance like a resistance band instead of a towel, or add extra tension. The beautiful part? You can do variations sitting or even lying down. The principles stay the same. Create tension, maintain control, coordinate your breathing. Making it a habit. Japanese elders typically do this right after waking and again before bed. Morning session activates your nervous system for the day ahead. Evening session promotes recovery and better sleep quality. Just 1 minute in the morning, 1 minute at night, 2 minutes total daily. No special equipment, no gym membership, no complex choreography. But this simple practice influences every system in your body more profoundly than hours of conventional exercise. The science behind it. When you create this isometric tension, your muscles release something called myokines. These are special proteins that act like medicine. They reduce inflammation, they improve insulin sensitivity, they even promote the growth of new brain cells. The towel twist produces more myokines per minute than almost any other movement studied. Here's the bottom line. These 6 movements aren't about perfection. They're not about building a perfect body or looking a certain way. They're about preserving your ability to live the life you actually want to live. They're about getting off the floor by yourself, walking confidently without fear of falling, turning without thinking about losing your balance, keeping your mind engaged and sharp, playing with grandchildren, being independent. Longitudinal research on older adults who practice these daily, low-intensity movements shows they maintain independence, mobility, and cognitive function far longer than peers who remain sedentary or who only do occasional intense workouts. You don't need special clothes. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need an hour-long routine. Most of these can be blended into what you already do. Morning routines, TV time, brushing your teeth, gardening, or just living your life. The key is consistency in small doses, not perfection, not intensity. Consistency. Now it's your turn. Which of these 6 movements do you feel would help you the most right now, and why? Can you already stand on one leg for 30 seconds? Can you get down to the floor and back up without using your hands? I want to hear from you. Drop your answers in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take that first step today. And if you want more practical guides on staying strong and independent after 60, real science, no hype, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We publish new videos every week specifically for people over 60 who want to age differently. Thanks for watching. Now go try Movement 6. Start today.